This is episode 8 of Refreshed. I'm Jonathan,
I'm Wes.
and we are recording a special Thanksgiving week edition. This week, we all have big plans, different travel itineraries.
Yep.
I know family is always very important, and obviously friends this week as well. We appreciate the closest thing I had to Friendsgiving, Airbnb out there in the peanut gallery. The desserts are well received.
Yeah, fantastic.
Very good. Just starting off, I guess. I mean, talking about the snacks, we're getting straight to it, down and dirty. I'm looking forward to the food, most importantly, obviously, behind family. Besides your turkey, and I have heard people drifting off into ham these days, which I find is a Christmas staple. But what do you put with the turkey?
I think my favorite is the dressing.
Dressing. Yeah.
No stuffing,
Okay.
but the dressing.
How do you define the difference?
I find the stuffing may be a little bit more. That's more the stuff that you put inside the turkey. The dressing is more, bread that's just kind of baked.
Gotcha. So you it's got like the celery, you got the.
Yep.
Put gravy on it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. In particular, you got to have some type of like sweet potato souffle.
Okay.
It's a staple for me. I know it's not a staple, but I do enjoy it as the green bean casserole.
Okay.
I didn't grow up with loving that one, and I've fallen in love with it. Very much so. You got rolls.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. It's popular.
And then way back, I don't know if it's anything you had, but back when my grandmother used to make Thanksgiving for us all, she had orange fluff.
What's that?
So it was a pack of the orange Jell-O, just the powder, cottage cheese, cut up little pineapples, mixed all together with some Cool Whip.
We would have a green version.
Yeah.
And it had like walnuts maybe on it. We had that one, and then we also had like a cranberry kind of one with cranberries in it. And Granddad always called it nervous pudding.
Nervous pudding.
Because it was always shaking.
Yeah.
So those are good times. Looking forward to good food. I know over the years growing up, my parents, I guess they kind of instilled in me like the parents are the priority. And so like we would go to, my mom's family for lunch, and there'd be like 50 people. And then like we would drive 2 hours to see my dad's family. And it was just, stuff in my face, like just.
Yeah, it is a marathon. We do something similar. So
yeah, it was tough, but it was very funny to see, like, as the years went by, like as those other younger family members started having kids and all, they're like, it's tough driving around, seeing. It's like, wait a second, what did my parents just do? Stretch themselves thin. So that is funny to see the plans change, different chapters come and go. So. Yeah, it'll be fun. Different place to see the family this week up at the farm. But hopefully the weather is supposed to cool off too. So I remember last year at this time it was absolutely freezing. So yeah, been a change of pace, being 70 degrees. I don't know what that means for the winter. If we're gonna have little ice.
At least for the next 2 days, it's supposed to be cold. So
well, that'll be good. I hope Thursday is. Hope air flights. Calm down. I luckily don't have to do too much of that.
I have never had to travel for Thanksgiving. I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, that would be an absolute mess. I guess leading into it, I mean, I was always taught the night after we ate Thanksgiving dinner, that was when Christmas music was able to be played. And I have talked to more people than any time in my life. Maybe like the year of COVID, people started putting up stuff pretty early. But this year, 1st of November, everybody put their trees up.
Really?
Yes. Like 90% of the people I have talked to about this subject have already put their trees up. What are your feelings? How early is too early for a Christmas tree and some decorations?
I think we usually, and now especially since we have, that Thanksgiving break off, that would be the time to put your stuff up.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not one who likes to put it up very early.
I did my research. I saw your tree last year.
Yeah.
Was up first or second week of November.
Okay, so the rule in my house is you can put it up whenever. I'm just not going to help until Thanksgiving.
Oh, divisive.
That's how I get around it.
How's that go over?
Just fine.
Just fine.
Yep.
It's a healthy marriage, ladies and gentlemen.
Hmm?
So beyond the tree, beyond the, I guess the outdoor, I'm already seeing Christmas lights go up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you doing outdoor stuff?
We have some lights that we'll put in the bushes out front, but that's really about it.
Nothing, no little icicles.
No.
Man, we need some icicles. That's all. I like the icicles. They just, I don't know, make you feel warm, I guess. But we are in Atlanta, so we don't have real icicles. So, we talked about the music, talked about the decorations, gifts. I know
Okay.
we'll get to this one in our December episodes, but I mean, do you start shopping in the summertime? Do you wait for Black Friday? Do you wait till Christmas Eve?
I'll usually come up with stuff that I want around this time. So in case anyone goes Black Friday shopping, they can look. I'm not a Black Friday shopper. I'm more of an online shopper when it comes to that.
You get a list from like family and friends of like what they want?
For certain people, for the kids in the family.
Okay, yeah.
So, but like, things like
Mom, dad,
mom
sister.
or dad, it's just kind of like, November, start of November. It's kind of like, okay, this is on sale, early Black Friday. I'll just go ahead and get it.
But the nicest quality, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, everyone's running Black Friday deals at the beginning of November, so.
That's right. So we got that to look forward to, a little Black Friday. We got the football action. I guess we do have rivalry matchups too then. But yeah, so Thanksgiving, you got the matchups we talked about. We got the Packers, the Lions.
Yep.
Be a fun kind of, it's good that the Lions are actually good. I think this shouldn't be that close of a game now that Dan Campbell's back under the helm calling the offense.
Right.
You got the Chiefs and America's team, the Cowboys. After that 21-point comeback,
Yeah.
they're looking good.
Game.
George Pickens is the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
I saw he was questionable.
He'll be all right. He's got that dog. He posted on Instagram.
Okay.
He's got that dog in him. He'll be all right. And then the final one is the Bengals and the Ravens. So both, Lamar and Joey B are back.
Yep.
So that'll be a primetime matchup.
Is Jamar Chase still?
He'll be back.
Okay.
I think it was just a 1-game suspension.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, Jamar Chase got suspended for 1 game after spitting in the face of another individual, and that did cause some chain effects in our fantasy football league where he was traded for, got suspended.
Yep.
The player that traded for him needed players, so he traded him to an even better team, and it's a daisy chain, but that's what happens. You got a wild league. What's that one team called? Chase Your Dreams.
Yeah.
Unbelievable fall off.
Yeah, it's been rough.
It went
Been
from
tough to watch.
all we do is win around here to, 5 or 6 wins in a row, or losses. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Some pretty bad trade decisions I've seen too.
I'm very glad I didn't trade away Jahmyr Gibbs and
55 points.
JSN.
Yeah, he defeated me 164 to, I believe, like 132,
Yes.
131.
Yeah.
So you have great weeks and you still can't win them
That's
all.
right.
I think that's a good life lesson to apply both sports and personally. You can't win them all, boys. You got to sail on. So I look forward to winning this week, trying to get in the top. We got 14 members, and the top 7 make the playoffs. So fingers crossed the boys perform well this week. Who else do we have? I guess leading into Black Friday, you got, what would have been a phenomenal matchup with Georgia Tech.
If you would have asked me 1 to 2 months ago, I would have said it's going to be a 3-point game. Now it's not.
It doesn't
It's not
look
going to be
good.
that.
But I think at the same time, Georgia Tech has nothing to lose now. So like where it was like, and Georgia's going to be like, we need to hang on for the playoffs. We need to stay. Haynes King's going to go out there and crush his skull. Like,
But it's just going to be Haynes King out there.
He may motivate the boys to go,
So it's
die on the field with him.
Yeah, but he can't go play defense either.
He might.
Defense is
Final game of his career right
they've
here.
been very.
Lackadaisical.
I would say there's a lot left to be desired for those boys.
I would
on
say
defense.
so. I did hear on the radio interview with the coach that they're like point blank, will you make defensive changes? He said, if there will, it'll be held internally.
Right. Well,
So there will be changes. If there will, it'll be internally.
Well, they can't make a defensive coordinator change on the last game of the season.
No,
You know,
not at this point. It'd be
So-
just a little swap up with the defense coordinator. I mean, the Falcons are, again, early in the season, so they can push off the blame on anybody they want and fire whoever they want.
right.
But, yeah, being late in the season, college football, you're out of the ACC championship as Tech. You're out of the playoffs. You have nothing to play for but pride at this point. You had a heck of a season, best season you've had in a really long time. Unfortunately, just came up short.
That they had, they lost to NC State,
I call that one.
and not a good team. They weren't. They had Boston College was close, not a good team. So it just things kind of came apart there at the end.
I just think they didn't have the depth to last this long.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think, I mean, a good team finds a way to win, and that's done through depth. And I think Haynes King and the boys are ultimately just run down. I think the offensive scheme was pretty easy to figure out.
It'll be interesting to see what happens next year when Haynes King isn't there.
I guess Philo will take over. They do have that 6'7", I forget his last name. He's maybe 6'8". He's a real strong quarterback. They use him in the rushing. But yeah, I think Philo will start. Philo's, I don't know if he has as much heart as Haynes King. I don't think anybody has as much heart as Haynes King. And unfortunately, just seeing him so beat down, I think he'll turn into. I hate to say it, he's gonna have to turn into a tight end, and if he wants to go to the NFL. I mean, he'll get some looks now after taking Tech the way they did to being that successful.
But on the flip side,
yeah,
Georgia has been peaking at the right time.
exactly.
Defensively, offense is clicking again. Looks like they have an actual, idea of what they're doing with the running back depth chart. So
Frazier, was it? They put him back at the top.
Yeah.
I've always said that the last 2 years. Like, he is the most talented guy in the backfield.
no more Cash Jones.
No, hopefully not. I think Frazier must have had a bad attitude towards Bobo or something because he was having an out with him. Yeah, they are. Somebody was comparing him to Ohio State a few years that were peaking, but, we're not playing Northwestern and all that every week. So
Yes.
I think it's it just happened to be that their schedule is a little bit light in the loafers. They're towards the end playing the old who did they even play this week?
Charlotte.
The old 49ers, who I did hear a debate. Some people were saying it was the Gold Rush that named them the 49ers, but it was North Carolina, so it doesn't make sense. And I did hear one that Highway 95 divides the campus. But the local North Carolinians that I asked this were very offended and said it was not the Highway 95 that breaks the campus. That is why they're called the Niners. But I personally will stick with the belief that it was some dad joke that just said, let's call them 49ers, whatever, 95, yeah, whatever highway goes through to Charlotte. So it doesn't ultimately matter, but they...
At least they handled their business. It wasn't...
Yeah, years past, it would have been like oh my gosh, what a close game.
Yeah. So...
Charlotte.
Same thing will apply when they go to Mercedes-Benz and face Tech. As long as you handle your business.
I hate that.
Yeah, it does take away from that home field advantage kind of.
I don't even care about home field advantage. It just feels like college.
That college atmosphere.
Yeah, the NFL stinks when it comes to
I'm sure there's
culture and
a ton
environment.
of money involved. So
yeah, they money talks ultimately. Shout out Zevia for future sponsorships with us, but money talks. So, moving on. The next topic, I guess we can pivot straight into, playing Sunday. The Falcons. Kirk Cousins at the helm. No more pistol formation. Bombs to Mooney. The connection seems phenomenal.
he looked a little bit healthier.
Yes. The offensive line. There was a pocket for Kirk.
Yeah.
Does this mean Zach Robinson was afraid that Michael Penix had zero pocket awareness?
I guess because Raheem Morris said that something to the effect of, now we can open up the whole playbook because we can have someone under center. Why didn't you work on that during summer camp, mini camp, preseason? He didn't play preseason.
But does that ultimately fall on this? He's not a rookie, I guess, right? No, he's not a rookie. So he came in as a second year saying, hey, I still don't know how to play in the shotgun. I don't know how to play in the Under center?
That is on coaches.
Okay, so we think it was on coaches saying this man with his 2 torn ACLs can't, and he ultimately tore his 3rd ACL not doing that. So Kirko Chains looked the part, at least.
Yeah.
We got the win, although it's, season's over, but
No, I mean, not necessarily. There's a small percentage chance that you could win the NFC South.
yeah, I could be president too. So
Look, the Panthers were not good
awful.
last night against the Niners.
Horrible.
The Bucks didn't look great.
And Baker Mayfield, he's going to be out for a couple weeks, I bet.
So
it was just a sprain.
I'm saying there is a small chance. Now that you have the defense is looking really good. For
Diablo was back.
That's his club.
You have to have Diablo because he applies pressure.
Kirk Cousins can throw the ball.
I think the big thing I saw too, that when he's under center, that brings the defenders up.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been having Penix behind.
Oh yeah,
the defenders are just playing safe.
Well, if they were in the pistol, they were going to run the ball. If he was in shotgun, he was going to throw the ball. I mean, it wasn't
elementary.
Yeah.
Yeah, the offense has been a joke this year. I don't want to blame Penix. I don't want to blame Zach, but this week kind of showed maybe there is somebody at fault, and maybe we do need to do our homework. And especially it kind of makes more sense now after Penix. They asked him, who does he rely on for motivation? My girlfriend.
Right.
Nobody on the Falcons? No. So I don't know if that's like an unwillingness to learn or just maybe he's getting bullied by the Falcons. I have no idea. I'm not in there.
Yeah, we won't know. So
maybe he'll come out with a tell-all documentary or something like that.
Yeah, in 20 years.
Yeah, or he gets traded to the Cowboys and turns into, I don't know, something great. But we are doubting the arm strength, unfortunately, and unfortunately, even now the mental aptitude of. I mean, I thought it was maybe just the footwork of getting back.
Yeah,
but I mean, the dude was a phenomenal college quarterback for 7 years or 6 years, same thing. But a couple colleges and 2 torn ACLs and torn ACL. What is it? That joint, AC joint. But yeah, so we can only hope for success. But we live in Atlanta. We know better. We're home of the Hawks, the 8th seeds. The Braves did prove us wrong. 2021. And they did. This week, the Braves traded Nick Allen, the legendary man that couldn't make the throw to first base, had to hop it, hit 0 home runs, and ultimately got benched for Dubon, who's 31, I guess. Yeah.
Super utility player.
Super utility. Dude's phenomenal in fantasy because you can play him anywhere. He'll fill a role in. He's going to get some points regardless.
Yeah. No, I mean, only positives for the Braves, right?
Only positives.
So if you don't end up getting a shortstop, you could use him there. If you do end up getting a shortstop, he could be your backup. Someone goes down, he can fill in and start full time.
I bet you we don't get a shortstop. I bet it's going to be him and Nacho.
And that wouldn't surprise me.
Who else will we go get? We get like starting pitching though, right? We're not going to go. Maybe another outfielder.
Unless you try to rework a deal with Ha-Seong Kim, maybe get more years and more money.
After this deal, I don't think we're going to do that.
I don't see a whole lot of shortstop deals being made by the Braves.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't. I've seen rumors, though, of us getting an outfielder and leaving Acuna a DH.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay for Schwarber money, even though we need Schwarber, but we're not going to pay Schwarber money.
We're not going to.
He'll probably get, what do you think, like 4 years, 80 million, 90 million?
Schwarber?
Yeah.
No, he'll get more than that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear for Schwarber. Moving on to the next, we got the Braves covered. We got Georgia Tech covered. We did talk a little bit about Georgia Tech UGA. The drama in sports right now, for me at least, has been Lane Kiffin. So
just any coaching carousel.
Yeah, coaching carousel.
He is the biggest name.
He is the biggest name, and I think it's just been so fun because everybody's been tracking it. So
and it's just because he hasn't really said anything.
Well, but he's drama driven.
Oh yeah,
he's very emotional.
He leans into it.
I mean, his daughter's dating LSU's captain.
But yeah, has his son out there in Oxford. He's reconciled with his ex-wife. He's across the street from his best friend or his brother or whatever it is. So
I don't know. And his son said he would never play for where his dad's coaching, and his son is wearing an LSU headband in last week's game. He sent his family out to visit different colleges, so we know Florida for sure. and we know LSU for sure. We did hear there was a $90 million offer for him, but today, allegedly, he's bought a house in Baton Rouge. So do with that what you will, but I think all signs point to LSU for Lane Kiffin.
And I hate that his players have to go through this. That instead of focusing on their game against Mississippi State, they have to hear about this whenever they go on social media or wherever.
I think there's a good chance they lose. Mississippi State started the year off really hot, and I know they're not what we thought they could be, but I think this is a perfect advantage for them to say, "Hey, we're here to play," and obviously there's a little bit of extracurricular activities going on at Ole Miss right now. So, and it stinks for Ole Miss. I like them being good. It's nice to have the Rebels back, but they're about to stink again. I saw North Texas, who's broken into the top 25 quite some time. They're top of the top, offensively, and they've got this a GM. He's 24 years old. Phenomenal work. He's brought in all these guys for North Texas to be ranked, but he just left for Oklahoma State today. So coaching carousel is well underway. I can't imagine, alone being in the coaching carousel, but like having a wife and kids and like recruiting, like Brent Key with Georgia Tech, they were asking him what he's thinking about the loss. He's like, I don't know. I was at a recruiting fair all day Sunday.
Right.
So you can't even wake up late on Sunday. Can't go to church with your family. Like you work, 24/7.
That's why they get paid millions of dollars now.
Yes. Yeah. And hopefully you can be 73 and retire like Nick Saban.
There you go.
Still travel around weekly.
And still haven't heard anything about the Penn State job. So it makes you wonder who else they have in mind up there.
I think everybody believes, I don't know, whether it's national media or the powers that be, think Penn State is more powerful of a program than they really are.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are not a title contender. I think James Franklin will make Virginia Tech a top 10, 15 team consistently. So that's unfortunate. The Penn State.
Do you think once Lane Kiffin makes his decision, then the chips will fall, places will start hiring?
I don't think that has any effect on Penn State.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think, the SEC hires will be the ultimate, like, nobody wants to play, like, the Big Ten in cold weather, unless you're like Ohio State, where it's just that you can win there. I don't think...
with their cupcake schedule.
Well, the Penn State has the same schedule?
Yeah.
I don't think you can win at Penn State, though. I don't think you can recruit the same as Ohio State. I think you have to have, like, a certain pedigree to be able to do that. I mean, maybe they'll change my mind. I hope they change my mind. I like the program. It seems like a Alabama up north kind of junior.
It seems fun, whiteout games and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it just in recent
Beaver
years,
Stadium,
they just haven't, won the big games to get over the hump.
Yeah.
But I assume that they've recruited well to at least be considered in the top, top rankings each preseason. So
what was the thing when it was when the coaches leave, how many kids transfer? So like when Brian Kelly got fired, did like everybody stick around? I forget I've seen like the trail of tears basically, like of where Penn State players like all left.
Okay.
And then like at LSU nobody left. So I think it really tells about your program, like who's building your program. What kind of leader are you?
Well, there's never been any positive notes about Brian Kelly.
No.
Wherever he's gone. So
do you see his son?
No.
His son plays football at LSU.
Okay.
I play is a lightly used term.
Sure, like Dabo's kids.
Yeah, I'm sure Dabo's kids might have gotten a little more play time.
Okay.
Maybe a little more athletic too. Dabo played at Alabama, so he's a talented guy. But no, he was wearing number 50 and runs out with an undershirt saying, "Free my man, BK." I don't know how tasteful that is, screaming that.
I'm sure Brian Kelly will do just fine. He'll get a job at some low school in
North Texas.
Sure.
Run it back. Yeah, I don't know. I hate that the mid-level school system like that where you watching Cincinnati for years and they're just, you had Brian Kelly there and leave. What was that one coach that went to Tennessee? see his name, his face. Doesn't matter. But we would ask people around Cincinnati, and they're like, hate that guy. Hate that guy. Bush Jones, that was who it was.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and nobody liked these coaches. And then Luke Fickell, and everybody loved him. And then he left for Wisconsin and is on the hot seat.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, at that point, I don't think the money was worth it. He could have stayed a top 15 team with Cincinnati. And I don't know. Maybe Wisconsin's, what is that, Madison, Wisconsin? Maybe they're a nicer city than Cincinnati. I digress. Want to get into a little bit of media. Obviously, this past week, the biggest movie to come out, biggest box office opening of the year was Wicked. Unfortunately, I am not fond of musicals or Broadway in the slightest. It is very, I don't know. It hurts.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
I can't describe what it is. It doesn't.
The instantaneous breakout in the song that everybody knows.
It's just, especially with the Broadway play when they're dancing in front of me, looking at me. I just don't. I don't know how to. It's the old Ricky Bobby. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, I don't know. A performance is difficult, I guess. But this is also coming from somebody that's not the hugest fan of concerts either. I mean, I can listen to the music. Like, I love a good concert when everybody's singing along and all that, but that's a hot take, I do know. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. So glad for the movie industry, but I did hear the ratings, like the hardcore fans are like, this was nothing like the play, or like, this is the Broadway or whatever. Like, they took their own narrative and ran with it. So that's like the scores were awful compared to the first one, which was like all the songs.
Right.
But they took their own liberties in the second one. But good for movies. I just hate that this is going to be like, oh, like people want to see movies like this. It's like, no, please, no. And we did see Running Man, which was, I don't even know if that's second at the box office at this point, but it should be. It was Focus on the Family would give it a horrible review. It was very vulgar. It was very violent. I think the concept was phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun concept. I thought parts of it were very fun.
Yeah, it had good VFX. I really like Glenn Powell. I think he's coming into his own. I saw a trailer for a movie he's coming out with soon too. It's he's kind of got more the McConaughey look, but the Clooney sound.
Okay.
Like, his voice is. I hope he doesn't get like typecasted where he's just playing the same guy every time.
Yeah.
I think that's the nature of the beast. But it was a fun movie, but it really needed to be like a 10 to 12 hour TV series on like HBO or something like that. Somebody with a lot of money, because you have to have a good budget for that. But based on the book, I heard the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie in the 80s wasn't anything like the book. But yeah, so it was fun. It was a good popcorn movie. I would probably rate it below Predator Badlands if you're looking for movies to go see. Good fun movie. I can't even tell you what else is coming out besides December. We got Avatar coming out.
Zootopia 2.
Oh, are you kidding me? That comes out tomorrow. That's what I'll go see. I'll go see Zootopia 2. The lessons learned in Zootopia 1 were phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to learn about society and culture, go no further on social ethics. Zootopia, phenomenal movie, phenomenal score. Shakira, I mean, come on.
Yeah, other than that, I really don't know of any other movies on my radar that are coming.
There's none on my radar. I'll probably go see some for funsies, but unfortunately, no. It seems like the movie industry is really kind of just, at least this week, maybe this is just from like the COVID lapse, like 5 years later, of like they just drained a lot of concepts on the toilet.
It used to be my family we'd go to the movies on Thanksgiving.
Really?
Not necessarily every year, but yeah.
I heard it like Christmas. I heard that's a big thing on Christmas.
I vividly remember going to see The Blind Side on Thanksgiving. So
that didn't age well, I guess. I guess it kind of did. He said that Sandra Bullock or whatever the real life character was a liar, but then he was like, wasn't he like arrested or something? Like, I don't know. A lot of drama.
I'm sure his NFL money dried up. So
yes. Paying probably like $10,000 for rent adds up, I guess, monthly. But yeah, looking forward to colder weather. brighter lights, better movies. I'll have to check out the holiday, the annual rom-com. But yeah, that's about it. Let's have ourselves a fantastic Thanksgiving, and we'll catch back up after that. It's been Refreshed, episode 8. I'm Jonathan.
And Wes.